4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on, join me hot. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till the rock.
In a war, a soldier goes through more stress and horrifying encounters than a majority of Americans can imagine. After a war, their perspective will change drastically from when they first enlisted or were drafted into the war.
During the time of a war, a soldier can be forced to kill another man. Killing another man can forever alter your perspective on war. Even if a soldier witnesses another soldier die, it can impact their perspective on war. The things they carried, Tim O'Brien, page 171. Another man died on the trail near the village of Mikey. I did not kill him, but I was present, you see, and my presence was guilt enough. What was your perspective on war before and after you enlisted or were drafted into the war?
I'd be truthful with you. I didn't really know much about it at that time. I was 17 and a half, almost 18, and I was just ready to go, so I enlisted.
Although soldiers might have had a normal life before war, the traumatic situations they went through during war stick with them forever. Their perspective becomes undescribable to anyone. Therefore, their perspective changes tremendously. Soldiers' perspective to me is their way of seeing the war and how they take it. Also, just like what their opinion on war is. Like if they think war is a good way to fix problems, or if they just fought in war because it was helping a country's problem.
Due to the hardships a soldier goes through in war, their perspective will forever change dramatically from when they first started. Before this unit, I knew very little about what happened in war, but after learning about different wars and soldiers, I've changed my view on war, because I thought that soldiers just dealt with losing an ally, but they are personally scarred by what happened. In The Good Soldier, Adam Schumann was a soldier who was so stressed out he couldn't handle war and was sent home because he pretty much felt dead inside, and that had a very strong effect on me.
Afghanistan and Iraq and everything are a completely different war. You know, it's basically it's the same thing as Vietnam. You didn't know who you were fighting, but they're using different tactics. You know, they're with the bombs and everything, the roadside bombs and all. And that, you know, the sad part is you see some of these, you know, kids from Iraq and Afghanistan coming back with one leg or no legs, and or they're.
Based on the traumatic things a soldier witnesses and experiences, his perspective changes over the time of war.
Reading war stories made me think differently about soldiers' perspective. I never thought about how truly draining war is. The only people that can tell you how terrifying war is are the soldiers who have been there. It can change someone into an entirely different person.
In the Iraq War, roadside bombs that costed less than $100 could destroy $100,000 Humvees in a split second. Any wrong step could kill a soldier right there. They would go through this on a daily. This would make anyone paranoid and change them forever.
Because of the things soldiers see in the war, their perspectives on life change drastically. Before this unit, I knew war was bad, but I didn't really understand the effect it can have on soldiers. Now that I know how horrific everything truly is, I can't imagine how it is for the soldiers. In The Good Soldier, the men were generally excited about getting sent to Iraq, but once they got there, they had a totally different perspective. Before Sergeant Richardson was captured, he didn't value life very much and thought killing was easy. After he was captured, life got infinitely harder. He eventually only weighed 109 pounds and had both of his legs crushed. His strong, positive desire to survive let him not only live, but regain his ability to walk and get back to his home.
Your life. Yeah.
So you didn't have any problems, but you know people who did?
Yeah, a couple of my buddies died, either by drug overdoses and everything, or you know, just being a failure at life, you know, after they got out and to the Army thing, and I think I left about 3 days later. Yeah. I don't think if there was a war going on, an actual war where they were drafting people and stuff, I don't think I would encourage anybody to go into the service or to get drafted. You know, I wouldn't encourage them to skip out like a lot of people didn't go to Canada.
Soldier's perspective is something you can't fully see clearly. Like you'll never fully understand it because you need to go through the same thing to understand what they explain. We act like we understand, but we honestly don't because we weren't there and never will be. So we will never experience the same fear and emotion.